Hey, what's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I'm gonna teach you how you can use a box to improve your bar muscle up. So if you're an athlete who's trying to learn your first bar muscle up, or you're trying to get a little bit more effective and efficient, and I'm gonna teach you just a couple drills that I like to help athletes develop their bar muscle up technique and efficiency. So if you wanna learn bar muscle ups, I actually have a lot of free training I would love to send you, and I'm gonna tell you where you can get a free training guide for bar muscle ups at the end of the video. So if you stick around, that's the prize for watching all the way to the end. I'm gonna give you some free training, no strings attached. It's gonna help you with your bar muscle ups. So first, let's start by talking about the mechanics of a bar muscle up and how a box can help us learn them. The first thing that I like to teach, especially with beginner athletes, is I'll take a box, I put it in the middle of the rig, or the middle of the pull-up bar, and I'm gonna have both feet on the box. Maybe slightly in front of the vertical plane of the bar, definitely not behind it, maybe slightly in front. From here, I'm gonna tell the athlete to get a grip that's about shoulder width, get their arms fully extended, and practice with bent knees going into an arch position. Okay, so I know this isn't a pretty arch position because my knees are all bent. That's okay. I'm not trying to keep my knees straight here. I'm just trying to show people what it's like to do a bar muscle up. So I'll go into this arch position, this extension, and then with my feet still on the box, come back into what I call, it's a hollow position, but I call it like the lever position because I'm levering at the arm and torso. So I'm here, and then from here, once I have a little bit of momentum, I'll practice just a little bit of a jump. Okay, so I go arch, hollow, jump, arch, hollow, jump. Once we've practiced that a little bit more and you feel more comfortable, we can actually attempt to get up and over the bar. So these are what we would traditionally call just a box bar muscle up or jumping bar muscle up. So again, both feet firmly planted on the box. I have my hands about shoulder width apart. Arch, hollow, jump up and over. Okay, let's do it again. Arch, hollow, jump, over. What's so cool about that drill is it allows us to practice what I think is one of the most misunderstood pieces of the bar muscle up, and that's the transition. With the box, it allows us to use our legs to jump us up and over the bar, and we get to feel what it's like to allow our hands to go from this standard grip to actually rotating, sliding up and around to that dip position once we're above the bar. If you don't let your hands rotate around the bar, unless you have a false grip, which is very difficult to get for bar muscle ups, especially kipping bar muscle ups, CrossFitters. If you're not practicing letting your hands slide around the bar like I'm doing here, you can watch my hands specifically, my hands slide around the bar into that finished position. The chances of you doing an unassisted bar muscle up is very low. So what's cool about the box is it allows us to practice that arch, hollow, and then getting up and over, okay? So it allows us to get some reps and know what it sort of feels like to do a bar muscle up. Once we practice with this box, we can always adjust the height. So maybe if that was too hard, maybe you're not feeling comfortable actually getting up and over, what I could do is I could take the box, right now it's at the 20-inch setting, I could flip it and move it to 24 inches. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna give me a little bit more leg drive, and it's gonna allow me to get up and over the bar a little bit easier. Or I guess you could go to 30. I think that might be a little bit too high for me in this specific situation, but you can adjust the height of the box and it allows you to get a little bit more upward momentum so you can practice these positions. So from here, if we want to make it a little bit harder, maybe you're like, all right, Ben, these are easy. I'm getting it no problem. I can't quite do it with a band yet, but with the box, it's easy. What do I do next? Well, what I like to do is I'll take the box. Usually I'll make it a little bit higher, so I'm going to the 24-inch setting right now. I'll slide it to one side, and now I'm gonna do the same thing, except with one foot on the box instead of two. So here I am. The other leg I'm actually trying to keep in the right position. I'm actually trying to keep a nice solid arch position, and then a nice solid hollow position, and then I can practice the transition. So again, arch, hollow, jump, arch, hollow, jump, arch, hollow, jump. Okay, that allows me to know what it feels like to do a bar muscle up, except I'm not getting quite as much lift. It's a little bit harder. You're making it more difficult than you would be if you're using both feet. And then once we practice those mechanics, once we practice that progression, just arch, hollow, jump, then I can actually practice getting above the rings, or excuse me, above the bar. Arch, hollow, jump. Okay, this is where I can really focus on using my head and shoulders to get that transition. If you feel like your transition is sluggish, you might be death gripping the bar, not letting your hands slide around the bar enough, or you might not be utilizing driving your head through. So watch here, specifically watch my head and shoulders. Watch how I punch up and over the bar, which allows the transition to happen. Okay, when I drive my head through, the transition happens a lot easier. So what's cool about this is, again, we can scale this up, we can scale this down. Let's say I'm getting really good at this 24-inch height. I can drop the box. Now if I practice, I have a lot less assistance. Like I can only jump so high off of 1 foot when the box is this low. So arch, hollow, jump, arch, hollow, jump, arch, hollow. Practice the transition. So it's a really effective tool, very simple, it's not too complicated. Once an athlete gets really comfortable with the box, that's normally when I'll move on to using a band. And I'll actually do banded bar muscle-ups, which I know I have several resources available. I'll make sure to include some links to that, or you can just type in to any search bar, banded bar muscle-ups, WODprep, and I'm sure something will pop up. But if all you have is a box and you're a beginner with your bar muscle-ups, this can be a great way to practice the positions, to practice the timing, to practice the transitions, to practice all of the little pieces of the bar muscle-up, so that we can eventually remove the box, not have to use bands, and knock out bar muscle-ups no problem. One of my favorite things to do with the box with regard to bar muscle-ups is, once you've practiced jumping bar muscle-ups, you've practiced with the band, then I think it's time to bring the box back out and do what is my favorite drill, or my favorite first bar muscle-up drill, and that's the box drop-in bar muscle-up. So I practice the jumping bar muscle-ups with the box, with 2 feet, with 1 feet, and then I've gone away, maybe I practice with some bands. I feel confident, I'm ready to get my first bar muscle up. Well, I still want you to keep this box out. What I want you to do is, similar to that one-footed bar muscle up practice we did, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift my hands over a little bit, and then I'm actually going to, rather than keep my foot on the box throughout the entire movement, instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump into that hollow body position. So it looks like this. I jump into the hollow body position, 1 kip and up. And what happens is, using the box allows us to get in position. I don't have to jump up to the bar, mess up my hands. Like, it allows me to get my hands all set up. I'm on the box, my hands are ready to go. I maybe have choked up my grip a little bit. My other leg is already in this hollow body position. I'm ready to go, my arms are at 90 degrees. I jump up, big kip, and boom, into my bar muscle up. It's a great, great way to get your very first unassisted bar muscle up. Technically, by the standards of almost every CrossFit competition, including the Open, that counts as an RX bar muscle up. Now, in most local competitions, are you gonna be able to bring out a box to help you jump into the reps? Probably not, but this still will help you get RX bar muscle ups, especially in the Open. So there you have it, folks. That's how you use a box to assist with your bar muscle ups. Please let me know, which version have you tried in the comments. Have you done the 2-footed, the 1-footed, or the box drop-in, the 0-footed method? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any additional questions about bar muscle ups or anything discussed in this video, just ask them. We make sure to go through all the comments. And of course, as promised, I have a free bar muscle up training I would love to send you. All you have to do is go to WODprep.com/BMU. If you go there, enter your name and email address, and I'm gonna send you a completely free bar muscle up training guide that's gonna help you develop the skills necessary to get your first and hopefully several unbroken bar muscle ups. So go grab that. I'll also include a link in the top comment below or in the description wherever you're watching this. Please leave a comment regardless of which platform you're on. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Smash the subscribe button or the follow button if you already haven't, because I have lots more free training just like this. It's gonna help you level up your skills. And I hope, with all that being said, this helped you with your bar muscle ups. I will see you next week.